In part one of our special report on aliens, we presented numerous photographs and eyewitness accounts of UFOs, what are called encounters of the first kind. Now in part two, close encounters of the second and third kinds, we have remarkable testimony from people who not only claim they've seen aliens, but have been abducted by them. As mankind probes deeper and deeper into the universe, there are more and more reports of contact with aliens, close encounters of the third kind. In October of this year, the official Soviet news agency reported the aliens have landed. In a town not far from Chernobyl, school children claim they saw not only a spacecraft, they also saw extraterrestrials emerge. Now there are growing numbers of close encounters of a remarkable kind. From those who say extraterrestrials are here to study our planet and our people.
And I tried so hard to scream for my mother, and that's when the paralysis was just starting to hit me. And then I saw this being appear at my door of my bedroom.
And a being gets out with a rod, a glowing rod, that he throws at me, and I'm paralyzed.
Cindy and Jesse claim to have been abducted by aliens. They belong to a group that is presenting evidence that something, at the very least, something extraordinary really did happen.
Then I saw the beam went to the end of my bed, and he stepped off the beam and came over, and he was this little ugly thing with really long arms, and that big bow tie was these eyes, and he placed his arms underneath me and slid them, and I was gone. I was completely out, and I was paralyzed right before that. It's the most frightening time of my life.
Most of the stories of abduction follow remarkably similar patterns. The movie Communion is based on a story that echoes the experience these people are having. Phase one is the capture. Dr. Thomas Bullard wrote his PhD thesis on UFO abductions. He says there are amazing similarities between the stories told by Cindy and Jesse and those told hundreds of years ago.
One is the capture by fairies, where the victim is carried into an underworld fairyland. Evil beings tear the candidate apart and put him back together. What we may have, in other words, is a kind of ghost story and technological trappings.
You know, I see you. I'm seeing someone there. I don't think I like this.
It's going fine.
Get out!
It's going fine.
Away! Get away!
A lot of cases appear to have something implanted, either in the wrist, in the ear, in the nose. In Jess's case, the front of his leg.
Jesse believes he may have been implanted 34 years ago.
In this picture, you can very clearly see the scar.
He recently had a doctor remove an unknown object from his leg.
You see, he's pulling on it, so we don't know. And then he sticks...
Hurts right now.
Yeah, he sticks the scissors in real deep.
Under a microscope, the object was enlarged 100 to 1,000 times, showing an exotic honeycomb texture. Analysis using a scanning electron microscope reported the object was glass, silicon, but with unusual impurities such as silver, copper, calcium, and zinc. Under hypnosis, one woman describes a human medical examination by aliens.
They go inside her mouth. I can see her laying there, and they just kind of scrape little pieces off, like a laboratory animal or something.
Some people point to the cattle mutilations reported throughout the western United States as even more brutal examples of aliens engaged in genetic studies. Near one cattle mutilation in 1979, large mysterious tripod marks were found deep in the hard Colorado soil.
Almost nightly when this was going on, we could pick out a very brilliant, huge, brilliant light in the sky. We had a newsman take pictures of it with a very high-powered lens. Several times we observed smaller lights come out of this aircraft and then come down toward Earth.
In August of 1989, the Wall Street Journal reported that in England, over 250 unusually wide circles of strangely spiraled flattened wheat were causing much concern. Unidentified lights have also been photographed over the fields at night.
It isn't anything that has been caused by whirlwinds. It is something completely different. It is almost as though there's another intelligence involved.
Is this material evidence of close encounters with extraterrestrials? Officially, our government is doing nothing about UFOs, but it's still spending millions of dollars in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.